गणपते स्वागते गणपते स्वागते
लव करये लव करये गणराया सकळासी भेटी द्याया
नाचत नाचत आले गणपती नाचत नाचत आले गणपती
आई घागुया वाजती आई घागुया वाजती पायी घागुया वाजती पायी घागुया वाजती
नाचत नाचत आले गणपती
नाचत नाचत आले गणपती
नाचत नाचत
नाचत नाचत नाचत नाचत आले गणपती पायी घागुया वाजती पायी घागुया वाजती पायी घागुया वाजती
अंगी शेंदुराची उठी अंगी शेंदुराची अंगी शेंदुराची अंगी शेंदुराची उठी
माथा शोभतसे किरीटी माथा शोभतसे किरीटी
केशर कस्तुरी ललाटी केशर कस्तुरी ललाटी
हाती मोदकाची वाटी हाती मोदकाची वाटी हाती मोदकाची हाती मोदकाची हाती मोदकाची वाटी
नाचत नाचत आले गणपती
नाचत नाचत आले गणपती
नाचत नाचत
नाचत नाचत नाचत नाचत आले गणपती पायी घागुया वाजती पायी घागुया वाजती वाजती पायी घागुया वाजती तुका म्हणे पाही पाही तुका म्हणे पाही पाही विठ्ठल गणपती तुझा नाही विठ्ठल गणपती तुझा नाही विठ्ठल 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 विठ्ठल
गणपती 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 गणपती
विठ्ठल 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 विठ्ठल
गणपती 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 गणपती
विठ्ठल विठ्ठल
गणपती गणपती
विठ्ठल विठ्ठल
गणपती गणपती
विठ्ठल
गणपती
विठ्ठल
गणपती
विठ्ठल
गणपती
विठ्ठल
गणपती
विठ्ठल गणपती तुझा नाही विठ्ठल गणपती तुझा नाही
तुझा नाही तुझा नाही तुझा नाही गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः विनायकाय नमः विघ्नराजाय नमः गौरीपुत्राय नमः गणेश्वराय नमः स्कन्दाग्रजाय नमः अव्ययाय नमः भूताय नमः दक्षाध्यक्षाय नमः द्विजप्रियाय नमः अग्निगर्भच्छिदे नमः इन्द्रश्रीप्रदाय नमः वाणीबलप्रदाय नमः शर्वतनयाय नमः गौरीतनुजाय नमः शर्वरीप्रियाय नमः सर्वात्मकाय नमः सृष्टिकर्त्रे नमः देवानेकार्चिताय नमः ॐ शिवाय नमः ॐ शुद्धाय नमः ॐ बुद्धिप्रियाय नमः शान्ताय नमः ब्रह्मचारिणे नमः गजाननाय नमः वैमातुराय नमः मुनिस्तुत्याय नमः दीपदन्ताय नमः चतुर्बाहवे नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः सिद्धये प्रदायकाय संयुताय नमः चतुराय नमः लम्बोदराय नमः शोपकर्णाय नमः वीरम्बाय नमः ब्रह्मवित्तमाय नमः कालाय नमः गृहपतये नमः कामिने नमः पाशाङ्कुशधराय नमः छन्दाय नमः गुणातीताय नमः निरञ्जनाय नमः अकल्मषाय नमः बीजापुरकराय नमः अव्यक्ताय नमः यदिने नमः ॐ वरदाय नमः शाश्वताय नमः ॐ कृतिने नमः विद्वत्प्रियाय नमः मितभयाय नमः चक्रिणे नमः इक्षुचापधृते नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः गं गणपतये नमः सूर्याग्निलोचनाय नमः स्वयं सन्ध्याचेतनाय नमः कलकराय नमः श्रीधाय नमः हेतवे नमः स्तुतिहर्षताय नमः ॐ कलाभृते नमः जटिने नमः चन्द्रचूडाय नमः अमरेश्वराय नमः नागयज्ञोपवीतिने नमः वृदिने नमः श्रीकान्ताय नमः रामार्चितपदाय नमः मूलकान्ताय नमः त्रयीकर्त्रे नमः सङ्घोषप्रियाय नमः पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः वरदाय नमः सौम्याय नमः अच्युताय नमः केवलाय नमः सिद्धाय नमः ज्ञानिने नमः मायायुक्ताय नमः नन्दाय नमः ब्रह्मिष्ठाय नमः समस्त जगदाधाराय नमः वरमूषक वाहनाय नमः सर्वसिद्धि प्रदायकाय नमः ॐ दयावर्जिताय नमः व्यक्तमूर्तये नमः अमूर्तये नमः विष्णुस्तुताय नमः प्रसन्नात्मने नमः गणपतये नमः गणपतये नमः गणपतये नमः गणपतये
अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम
गुणातीतमानं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं ज्ञानगम्यं मुनिध्येयमाकाशरूपं परेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम
जगत्कारणं कारणज्ञानरूपं सुरादिं सुखादिं गुणेशं गणेशं जगद्व्यापिनं विश्ववन्द्यं सुरेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम
रजो योगतो ब्रह्मरूपं श्रुतिज्ञं सदा कार्यसक्तं हृदाचिन्त्यरूपं जगत्कारणं सर्वविद्यानिदानं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं नतोऽस्मि अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम
सदा सत्ययोग्यं मुदा क्रीडमानं सुरारीन् हरन्तं जगत्पालयन्तम् अनेकावतारं निजाज्ञानहारं सदा विश्वरूपं गणेशं नमामः
तमोयोगिनं रुद्ररूपं त्रिनेत्रं जगद्धारकं तारकं ज्ञानहेतुम् अनेकागमै स्वं जनं बोधयन्तं सदा सर्वरूपं गणेशं नमामः
अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम
स्तोमहारं जनाज्ञानहारं त्रयीवेदसारं परब्रह्मसारं मुनिज्ञानकारं विदुरेविकारं सदा ब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं नमामः
जैरोषधि सर्पयन्तं करागिरसुरौघ्नकलाभिः सुधाश्राविणीभिः दिनेशांशु सन्तापहारं द्विजेशं शशाङ्कस्वरूपं गणेशं नमामः
अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं
तत्स्वरूपं जगद्धेतुरूपं सदा विश्वरूपं गणेशं नता स्मः
त्वदीये मनस्तापयेदङ्घ्रियुग्मे जनो विघ्नसङ्घातपीडां लभेत लसत्सूर्यबिम्बे विशाले स्थितोऽयं जनो ध्वान्तपीडा कथं वा लभेत वयं भ्रामिता सर्वथा ज्ञानयोगादलब्धास्तवां वर्षपूर्णम् इदानीमवाप्तास्तवैव प्रसादात् प्रपन्नां सदा विश्वं हराद्य अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुः सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Now we'll sit down and sit cross-legged. Now we'll do the pranayam, Bhastrika, and then Anuloma and Viloma. For Bhastrika, last time I have told the instructions, we will just do. First breathe in with both the nostrils. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We'll do 2 more rounds. Breathe out. Breathe in, last round. Breathe out. This is Bhastrika Pranayama. Now we'll do the Anuloma Viloma. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Breathe in through the left nostril. Keep the left nostril open. Breathe in. Close the left nostril. Then breathe out to the right nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril. Close the right nostril with the thumb, right hand thumb. Then breathe out through the left nostril. This is one round. We'll do 4 more rounds. Breathe in. Breathe out through the right nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril. Breathe out to the left. Breathe in. Close. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Three more rounds will do. Breathe in through the left nostril. Breathe out, right nostril. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more rounds. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last round. Breathe in, left nostril. Breathe out, right nostril. Breathe in, right nostril. Close the right nostril. Breathe out the left nostril. Experience the calmness. Then you'll go to the other asanas. From here onwards, just lie down. Like this. This asana is called Uttana Padasana. Pada means the foot. Uttana means lifting up. So keep both the palms by the side of the body, so it is stable, 6 inches apart. Now lift the right leg. How far you can bring, you just bring it. Now where it stops, then pull it. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then bring it down slowly. Then lift the other leg up. It is Utthana Padasana. Lift the left leg, then pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is one round. 2 more rounds you will do. Now lift the right leg. Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then bring the right leg down and it should remain flat on the ground. Then lift the left leg. When you are pulling, the right leg should stay on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The final round. Lift the right leg. Pull it towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then the left leg up. Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then bring the legs down and relax. Take a deep breath. Next asana is Chakra Padasana. Chakra means circle, Pada means foot, Asana is posture, where we are turning the leg. We'll start now. Keep the legs apart. Lift the right leg, then like a circle. 1, 2, 3, opposite. 1, 2, 3. Then bring and keep it down. Same thing we'll do with the left leg. Clockwise first. 1, 2, 3. Keep the left leg down. This is one round. Like that we'll have 2 more rounds. Again lift the right leg. 1, 2, 3. Bring it down. Left leg. 1, 2, 3. Bring it down. Then the final round we'll do little differently. Each leg will be clockwise and anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3. Opposite. 1, 2, 3. Bring it down. Now we'll do the left leg. Clockwise. 1, 2, 3. Opposite. 1, 2, 3. Now relax. Now we'll do Pavana Muktasana. Pavana means the air, like gas. We call it gas. Inside the stomach, always because we take food, so gas is created. That gas will go away from the stomach. So as a result, we'll feel very comfortable. It's called Pavana Muktasana. Generally, early in the morning, if it is done, then that is good. Now lift the right leg, hold the right knee, bend the right knee, then lift the body and try to push against the chest. How far it is going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then take the leg and keep on the ground. Same thing we will do with the left leg. First bend, hold, lift the body. That means you are pushing the leg so that and lifting the body and pushing against the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one round. We'll do 2 more rounds. Lift the right leg, hold with two hands and push against the chest and lift the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the left leg. Pull the legs towards the chest and lift the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the left leg down. This is the final round of this asana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the right leg down. Lift the left leg. Press it against the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now bring the left leg down and just relax. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. We'll go to the next asana. Next asana is Sukta Udara Karshana Asana. Sukta means sleeping. Udara means the stomach. Karshana means pulling. Pulling the stomach while sleeping. We'll keep both the legs together, but like a triangle posture. Then twist both the legs to the right. At the time, body to the left. Body will twist to the left and the legs will twist to the right, like a twisting kind of thing. That way the stomach muscles will be pulled. And here we are keeping both the hands this manner. Then first turn the legs to the right side and the body to the left side, like a twist. And try to bring both the legs to the ground and you're twisting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing with the left. And now turn both the knees to the left side and try to touch the ground, but the body to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one round. We'll do 2 more rounds. Press both the legs to the right side and twist the body to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now change to the other side. Body to the right and legs to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the final round. Now legs to the right and body to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the final asana in this category. Legs to the left, body to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now bring the legs to the normal position. Then bring it down and the hands keep by the side of the body and relax. And take a deep breath. Next asana is keep the legs together, lift the right leg, then the heel near the left thigh, and the right hand on the left side. With the right hand, try to press the right knee so that it will touch the ground. If there is any fatigue or any discomfort on the thigh muscles, it will go away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now bring the right leg and keep it straight. Same thing will do the left leg. Now bend the left leg and keep by the right leg thigh and right hand stretched, but with the left hand press the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing will do with the right leg. Now left hand stretch, right leg press the right knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then with the left leg stretch the right hand, press the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The final round. Bend the right leg, left hand stretch it, and the right hand press the right knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the final. Bend the left leg, stretch the right hand, with the left hand press the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next asana. Keep the hands by the side of the body and legs together. Then lift the left leg. It is same twisting, but previously we are lifting both the legs, bending both the legs, but this time only one leg. We'll bend right leg first, and it will stay in the near the knee, near the left knee, and then twist. While pressing the right leg to the left, body will be twisted to the left. Or when we are bending the right leg to the left, at that time the body will be twisted to the right. So let me rectify, let me tell again. When the right leg is pressed to the left side, the body will be twisted to the right side. and keep both the hands away like this, straight. Then press the right leg, how far it is coming, and then twist the body to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing with the left leg. Now left leg will go to the right side and the body will go to the left side. Press it, the left leg, press to the right and body to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one round. We'll do 2 more rounds. Right leg, press it to the left and the body twist to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the left leg, press it to the right side and body to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The final round. Right leg press to the left and the body twist to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the final one in this asana. Left leg press to the right and the body to the left. Twist the body to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the legs together and the hands keep by the side of the body and relax. And relax. Take a deep breath. Next asana is like the Pavana Muktasana, but here we are bending both the legs and pressing against the chest. Now hold both the legs like this and lift the body and press the legs against the chest. How far it is coming? No problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take the legs down. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the legs down. The final round. Lift the body and press the legs against the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now relax. Stretch the legs and completely relax. So next asana is Suptasana. It is just relaxing like Savasana but in a different way. Turn your body completely and like a sleeping posture. And the legs will be like how I have kept. Now look to the right side till you count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do the same thing and look to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bring the head to the middle and turn to the left side and get up. We'll do the prayer to express our gratitude to the Lord and Pujya Gurudev, because of whom we are able to do this asana. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschit dukkhavag bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasisyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. Pranams to each one of you. Thank you, children. So we'll see again tomorrow. Hari Om.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम तच्छयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शञ्चतुष्पदे। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम् पुरुष एवेदगुः सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् उतामृतत्वस्येशानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा अतो ज्यायागुश्च पूरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादोर्ध्व उदयेत् पुरुषः पादोऽस्येहा भवात् पुनः ततो विश्वं व्यक्रामत् शासनानशने अभि तस्मात् विराडजायत विराजो अधिपूरुषः स जातो अत्यरिच्यत पश्चात् भूमिमथो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वत वसन्तो अस्यासीदाज्यम् ग्रीष्म इद्मः शरद्धविः सप्तास्यासन् परिधयः त्रिसप्तसमिधः कृताः देवा यद्यज्ञं तन्वानाः अबध्नन् पुरुषं पशुं तयज्ञं बर्हिषि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्यार्षयश्च ये तस्माद्यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः सम्भृतं पृषदाज्यं पशुगुस्तागुश्चक्रे वायव्यान् आरण्यान् ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्माद्यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः ऋचः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागूसि जज्ञिरे तस्मात् यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादश्वा अजायन्त एकेचोभयादतः गावो भजज्ञिरे तस्मात् तस्माज्जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं व्यदधुः कथिता व्यकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ बाहु कावूरूपादा उच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरू तदस्य यद्वैश्यः पद्भ्याहुशूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षम् शीर्ष्णोद्यौ समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशश्रोत्रात् तथा लोकागु अकल्पयन् वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचेत्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वाभिवदन् यदास्ते धाता पुरस्ताद्यमुदा जहार शक्रः प्रविद्वान् प्रदिशश्च तस्रः तमेवं विद्वान् अमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था अयनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् ते हनाकं महिमानः सचन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः अद्भ्यः सम्भूतपृथिव्यैरसाश्च विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तताधि तस्य त्वष्टा विदधद्रूपमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमाजानमग्रे वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वानमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते यनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीराः परिजानन्ति योनिम् मरीचीनां पदमिच्छन्ति वेधसः यो देवेभ्य आतपति यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो रुचाय ब्राह्मये रुचं ब्राह्मं जनयन्तः देवा अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवा असन्वशे ह्रीश्च ते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्यौ अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनौ व्यात्तम् इष्टं मनिषाण अमुं मनिषाण सर्वं मनिषाण ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः तां महावः जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनीं यस्यां हिरण्यं विन्देयं गामश्वं पुरुषाणाम् अश्वपूर्वां रथमध्यां हस्तिनादप्रबोधिनीं श्रियं देवीमुपह्वये श्रीर्मा देवीर्जुषतां तां सोऽस्मितां हिरण्यप्राकारां आर्द्रां ज्वलन्तीं तृप्तां तर्पयन्तीं पद्मे स्थितां पद्मवर्णां तामिहोपह्वये श्रियम् चन्द्रां प्रभासां यशसा ज्वलन्तीं श्रियं लोके देवजुष्टामुदारां तां पद्मिनीमीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये अलक्ष्मीर्मे नश्यतां त्वां वृणे आदित्यवर्णे तपसोऽधिजातो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोऽथ बिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसानुदन्तु मायान्तरायाश्च बाह्या अलक्ष्मीः उपैतु मां देवसखः कीर्तिश्च मणिना सह प्रादुर्भूतोऽस्मि राष्ट्रेऽस्मिन् कीर्तिमृद्धिं ददातु मे क्षुत्पिपासामलान् ज्येष्ठामलक्ष्मीन्नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतिमसमृद्धिं च सर्वान् निर्णुद मे गृहात् गन्धद्वारान् दुराधर्षान् नित्यपुष्टान् करीषिणी ईश्वरीयो सर्वभूतानां तामिहोपक्वये श्रियम् मनसः काममाकूतिं वाचः सत्यमशीमयि पशूनां रूपमन्नस्य मयि श्रीश्रयतां यशः कर्दमेन प्रजा भूता मयि सम्भव कर्दम श्रियं वासय मे कुले मातरं पद्ममालिनीम् आपसृजन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्लीतव समे निच देवीं मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले आर्द्रां पुष्करिणीं पुष्टिं पिङ्गलां पद्ममालिनीं चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः आर्द्रां यःकरिणीं यष्टिं सुवर्णां हेममालिनीं सूर्यां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः तां महावः जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनी यस्यां हिरण्यं प्रभूतं गावो दास्योश्वान् विन्देयं पुरुषानहं यशुचिप्रयतो भूत्वा जुहुयादाजमन्वहम् श्रियः पञ्चदशर्चं च श्रीकामः सततं जपेत् पद्मानने पद्मऊरो पद्माक्षी पद्मसम्भवे त्वं मां भजस्व पद्माक्षी येन सौख्यं लभाम्यहम् अश्वदायी गोदायी धनदायी महाधने धनं मे जुषतां देवी सर्वकामाश्च देहि मे पुत्रपौत्रधनं धान्यं हस्तेष्वाधिगवेरथं प्रजानां भवसि माता आयुष्मन्तं करोतु मां धनमग्निर्धनं वायुर्धनं सूर्योधनं वसुः धनमिन्द्रो बृहस्पतिर्वरुणं धनमश्नुते वैनतेय सोमं पिबतु रुद्रः सोमं धनस्य सोमिनो मह्यं ददातु सोमिनः न क्रोधो न च मात्सर्यं न लोभो नाशुभामतिः भवन्ति कृतपुण्यानां भक्तानां श्रीसूक्तं जपेत् सदा वर्षन्तु ते विभावरी दिवो अभ्रस्य विद्युतः रोहन्तु सर्वबीजान्यवब्रह्मद्विषोजैः पद्मप्रिये पद्मिनि पद्महस्ते पद्मालये पद्मदलायताक्षी विश्वप्रिये विष्णुमनोनुकूले त्वत्पादपद्मं मयि सन्निधत्स्व या सा पद्मासनस्था विपुलकटितटी पद्मपत्रा यथाक्षी गम्भीरावर्तनाभिस्तनभरनमिता शुभ्रवस्त्रोत्तरीया लक्ष्मीर्दिव्यैर्गजेन्द्रैर्मणिगणखचितैः स्नापिता हेमकुम्भैः नित्यं सा पद्महस्ता मम वसतु गृहे सर्वमाङ्गल्ययुक्ता लक्ष्मीं क्षीरसमुद्रराजतनयां श्रीरङ्गधामेश्वरीं दासीभूतसमस्तदेववनितां लोकैकदीपाङ्कुरां श्रीमन्मन्दकटाक्षलब्धविभवब्रह्मेन्द्रगङ्गाधरां त्वां त्रैलोक्यकुटुम्बिनीं सरसिजां वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियां सिद्धलक्ष्मीर्मोक्षलक्ष्मीर्जयलक्ष्मी सरस्वती श्रीलक्ष्मीर्वरलक्ष्मीश्च प्रसन्ना मम सर्वदा वराङ्कुशौ पाशमभीतिमुद्रां करैर्वहन्तीं कमलासनस्थां बालार्ककोटिप्रतिभां त्रिनेत्रां भजेऽहमाद्यां जगदीश्वरीं त्वां सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते सरसिजनिलये सरोजहस्ते धवलतरां शुकगन्धमाल्यशोभे भगवति हरिवल्लभे मनोज्ञे त्रिभुवनभूतिकरि प्रसीद मह्यम् विष्णुपत्नीं क्षमां देवीं माधवीं माधवप्रियां विष्णोः प्रियसखीं देवीं नमाम्यच्युतवल्लभां महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात् श्रीवर्चस्य मायुष्यमारोग्यमाविधात् पवमानं महीयते धनं धान्यं पशुं बहुपुत्रलाभं शतसंवत्सरं दीर्घमायुः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ जातवेदसे सुनवामः सोममराति यतो निदहाति वेदः स नः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वानावेव सिन्धुं दुरितात्यग्निः तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु जुष्टां दुर्गां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतरसि तरसे नमः अग्ने त्वं पारयानव्यो अस्मान् स्वस्तिभिरति दुर्गाणि विश्वा पूश्च पृथ्वी बहुलानभुर्वी भवातोकायतनयाय शय्योः विश्वानिनो दुर्गः जातवेदः सिन्धुन्ननावादुरितातिपर्षि अग्ने अत्रिवन्मनसा गृणानोऽस्माकं बोध्यविता तनूनाम् पृतनाजितौ सहमानमुग्रमग्निगुहुवेम परमा सदस्थात् स नः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वाक्षामद्देवो अतिदुरिताद्यग्निः रत्नोषिकमीड्यो अध्वरेषु सनाच्च होता नव्यश्च सत्सि स्वाञ्चाग्ने तनुवं पिप्रयस्वास्मभ्यं च सौभगमायजस्व गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिक्तन्तवेन्द्रविष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नाकस्य पृष्ठमभिसंवसानो वैष्णवीं लोक इह मादयन्ताम् ॐ कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारि धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ मेधा देवी जुषमाणान आगात् विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्ता बृहद्वदेम विदथे सुवीराः त्वया जुष्टऋषिर्भवति देवि त्वया ब्रह्मागत श्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वद्रविणो न मेधे मेधां म इन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विना उभावा धत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवीं मेधा सरस्वती सामा मेधा सुरभिर्जुषतागु स्वाहा आमां मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगती जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सामा मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्ताम् मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु ॐ हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani. Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Hari Om. We are seeing the sweetness of Vedantic knowledge. First, what we found out, the very subject matter of this Vedanta is our own self, which is dearmost to us. Priyatama Atma. Second point we saw that this Priyatama Atma is Ananda Swarupa. So what we are all the time striving for in life is to get rid of all our sorrows, which appear in many forms, and then to attain that happiness. So by this Vedantic knowledge, we achieve both Dukkha Nivritti also and Paramananda Prapti also. We can see how sweet this knowledge can be. Now today we'll see another point. This Atma Tattva, which is our own self, how it is revealed in the Upanishads, what is the method that is followed, and what is the culmination of all that enquiry. From that we will discover certain points. So now let us see this shloka number 16. Vedanta darshita swatma
Vedanta-darshita swatma
dehadibhyo vilakshanaha
dehadibhyo vilakshanaha
Satchidananda rupoyam
Satchidananda-rupoyam
Sarvabhuta hridhi sthitaha.
Sarvabhuta-hridhi sthitaha.
This Atma Tattva Swatma, one's own self, Vedanta Darshitaha, which is shown, revealed by this Vedanta Upanishad is Dehadibhyo Vilakshanaha. It is distinct from our gross body, etc. So this is one thing distinct from that. But what it is then? Satchidananda Rupoyam. And this Atma is Satchit Ananda. Sat, pure existence whichever is. Chit is a Chaitanya Swarupa, consciousness. And Ananda Rupa. And the important factor is Sarva Bhuta Hridhi Sthitaha. And this Atma is not only in just one body, but it is there in the hearts of all beings. So now we'll think a little more about it. As I have been telling, that Atma means I, and I am, everybody knows. All our perceptions, responses, activities, everything is going on because of I. So, Samanya Rupena, in general, all of us know what this I is. But the absolute nature of that I is not known. There where the Vedanta comes into picture. Now see, what is the method of Vedanta analysis? We start from where we are. So what is our idea about our own self? When I use the word I, it is very, very, very clear that the word I is always used for our body. Because anything other than the physical body, we never have the feeling that this is me. I see the book or the watch or the harmonium or whatever. I don't think that that is me. Even with the clothes which I wear, there also the feeling I is not there. But the moment the skin begins, so in this physical body, our notion is firmly rooted. This is I. This is me. This is called identification. Identification means the feeling that this is me. It's called I. So it is there. Now the question is it true that you are only a body? Huh? So the Vedanta inquiry is like this, that there are two entities. The one is called the seer, the other is called the seen. So that which becomes seen means known, experienced. Anything that which is the object, that object cannot be me. Just as all these objects what we see, I do not think that this is me. I am different from it. Now when you apply that to even to the body, what you find, the body also becomes object of knowledge only. Like any other kind, we know our body. Yes. So, if the body also is known like any other object, then I say my body, so the very fact of my I say, that also shows it is different. That means what? The knower is different from the known, and the owner is different from the thing he owns. I do not have to elaborate too much upon all that. So, we are not saying that the body itself is not there. The body is there. Like when you say the harmonium is there, book is there, we are not denying the existence of it. But you know, that is not me. It can be my book, it can be my harmonium, my watch, but I am different from it. Now further when we go, even our mind. Don't people go on saying, my mind is agitated, my mind is restless. So we ask, which mind is restless? Known mind or unknown mind? Of course, known. Known to whom? To me only. Isn't it? So the object, the mind also becomes the object of knowledge. And there also I say, my mind. Sometimes it is peaceful, sometimes it is restless. All that is, so even I am different from mind also. And therefore we can go to sleep also. Because if that mind also is me, and the mind is nothing but all thoughts are there, and we know what kind of quality of our thoughts are. So where will we sleep then also? But we are able to withdraw from there also. So therefore it shows that even mind also is not me. Can I say I am the intellect? I am very intelligent. Oh, yeah. Very intelligent, yes. Something happens to that brain, कुछ याद ही नहीं आता, nothing you remember and all that, but you are there still. So when it says dehadibhyaha vilakshana, vilakshana means what? It is distinct and it is of different characteristics. The moment I say, I am different from this yellow colored cloth or ochre colored cloth, So that color belongs to that cloth, not to me. That's called vilakshanam. All the properties and all that will belong to that drishya. So now, if you come to know that I am different from this, then whatever the properties, qualities of the body, they may be there in the body. Like, you know what? Body is born, body growing, goes through some changes, some diseases also, and one day it disappears also. Now when you say this Atma is indicated different from the body, that means what? This birth, growth, disease, decay, they are not for that Atma. When you say it is different from even my mind, so in the mind there will be likes and dislikes, desire and anger, love, kindness, peace, restlessness, but they cannot be of the Atma. Vilakshan, no? Vilakshan. Buddhi sometimes is able to understand things clearly, not able to understand, but that is a Buddhi Dharma, not Atma. Therefore, when we say what Vedanta says, the Atma is vilakshana, is different and distinct, and therefore totally free from the qualities of the things that are known and owned. But how do we know that? So the method pointed out. See, in our waking state of experience, we are aware of the body, aware of the whole world. Everything goes on changing, but I am conscious of everything that is changing. So that consciousness is common there in waking state. In the light of consciousness only, I know everything. Things keep on changing. Same thing happens in dream also. I am again conscious of all that is happening in dream. In deep sleep, I know nothing. That also is illumined only. So Vedanta says, in this waking state, dream and deep sleep, things go on changing, experiences go on changing, but there is one factor which ever is, in the light of which you become aware of everything. That we call Sat. That Sat itself is called as Chaitanya, Chiti, Samvit. These names are there. Samvit Eka, that is the same. Na bhidyate. It doesn't change. It's not different. It's not like a 3 shifts, of a factory or anywhere. So one consciousness was illumining waking, another consciousness came and it was illumining dream, then another consciousness came. No, there will be a problem if like that is there. So it is the same. It is Sat Swarup, it is Chaitanya Swarup. We have already seen how it is Ananda Swarup also. Ananda means what? Complete. There is no sense of limitation. Free from limitation. That's called Ananda. So this Satchit Ananda Swarupa Aham Asmi. Body is there. The senses are there, pranas are there, mind there, intellect there. They are there and they are functioning. And when we say this Atma is consciousness, that means what? This consciousness only lends that sentiency to all the body, mind. But otherwise, by themselves, they are lifeless only. So the Chaitanya only is manifesting as life in everything. Therefore, all our glories, all of that there, because as long as we are living in that consciousness is reflected. this Chaitanya Ananda Swarupa Hamas. Now, our first idea is that I am only the body, my mind. Generally, only with the body only we stop. But if you make an inquiry, all right, body, mind, intellect, and the whole complex of that is me. Then when it is said, no, Atma is different from it, so then what my idea comes say, here is Atma, see what you call body, in that body there is mind, and in that there is little Atma is shining. So how many Atmas are there? As many bodies are there, so many Atmas are also there. They say, no, not like that. This Atma Tattva, which is in me, illumining everything, giving sentiency, it is the same Chaitanya in all beings. See, otherwise what will happen? With the body identification, I feel I am limited. And only in this one body, there is one chuk Atma is there, then again I am limited only, no? No. The limitation is only bondage. But this Chaitanya is there in all beings. Like, here so many fans are rotating, bulbs are also glowing. But the electricity which is the same one only there in all bulbs are not. Or every bulb is a different electricity we have to connect and all that. No. So what a vision keeps on changing. First I think I am only the body. They say, no, I am not the body. I am that Chaitanya which is giving existence, sentience to the body. Then I think only that Chaitanya is only in my body. No, Sarva Bhuta Sthitaha. That will say, Madatma Sarva Bhutatma. This Atma which I am is the Atma of all beings. Do you know what is the implication of that? Oh, implication of far reaching. And what is that implication? We'll see the next sloka now. 17th. Atmaikatvam yojanati.
Atmaikatvam yojanati.
Prema purno bhavatyanu.
Prema purno bhavatyanu.
Samasarveshu bhuteshu.
Samasarveshu bhuteshu.
Maitrah karuna eva saha.
Maitrah karuna eva saha.
Now see, as long as our identification remains only with our some individual body, mind, then I always think I am different from the whole world, all things and beings, and they all are different from me. And as long as we have got this kind of vision or understanding, then it gives rise to the sense of I, my, you and your. Number one, the duality appears. Then I am more concerned about myself. Why should I worry about others? As far as material things are there, I like one, I dislike one. Raga dvesha also are there. Not only with material things, even beings also. I like this person, I don't like that person. With regard to even the animal, birds, food, flower, fruit, everything we have got likes and dislikes then. The moment you mention any name, immediately, I like it, I don't like, or I don't care for it. Udasinta. And then run after all that what we like, run away from what don't like, and then feel, now I am happy, now I am happy. This is what happens when there is this our vision of duality and differences. And that's what happens here. Now see, Atma ekatvam yo janati. Yeah, that person who comes to realize his oneness with all things and beings, do you know what will happen? Prema purno bhavati anu. Immediately what happens is, then his heart is filled with love for all. Isn't it true? Wherever you see your oneness with someone, oneness may not even myness is there, then some feeling of love, concern, worry, and all that start coming or not. If you love someone, if you have got feeling of that person is unwell, so you also go to worry about unwell, you know. Why? Why you feel that? We are told ahimsa is the greatest virtue. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Ahimsa, not to injure anybody physically, verbally, the hurt their feelings or any action. Right? Do you know, ahimsa can come only when the heart is filled with love for that. It is some updesha necessary for a mother. Practice ahimsa towards your child. Practice, Practice. What practice? That mother, even that feeling does not come to hurt that child. If little disturb immediately. Why? Because it is love. And why this love? Complete. I am only in this form, isn't it? The mother and father, they are only the form of that other, whatever the child, that oneness is there. So the principle is found. Wherever we feel our oneness, total oneness is different. Even when myness also comes there, there is feeling of love is there, concern is there, and you all want to serve, you want to do something for that person. Because heart is filled with love. So mentally also you don't think of harming. Verbally not, physically also not. Now, isn't it true that all these bodies are different? Even the trees and plants and pashu, pakshi, insect, all of them. But the life that is pulsating in all of them is same or not? Even if you don't understand what the pure consciousness is, that we don't know really, but its manifestation as life, that's why in the Gita Bhagavan says, Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. Even an ant also is moving because it is living. Bird is flying, but it is living. You are also a living being. I am also a living being. So instead of thinking of my body, but I think I am a living being, and all are living beings. From that standpoint, your oneness is there with all of them or not? And these are not speculative things. You understand? It is not only a speculation, only hypotheticals of thinking. There are examples of so many Mahatmas. There that feeling of oneness. That's about Shukadevji was said, Sarva Bhuta Hridayam Munimanatosmi. I bow down to that Shukadeva. Sarva Bhuta Hridaya. The heart of all beings. So what we find? Wherever our feeling of oneness with anyone, then we have love. That manifestation is in the form of love. And wherever love is, there seva is there. Therefore, it's called what you call as seva, service, what you call as work, it is called love made visible. Now you see, if someone is your friend and say, he is not well, he is unaware, he has got body pain, why don't you go and then give massage and all that? Yeah. But if you don't like that person, I say give massage, why can't he call somebody, Why should I go and do, Simple examples. So idea is, yo janati sarvabhuta sthitam. That I am that Atma Tattva, which is not only confined to only my body or my mind, but that is the being of all, self of all being. There was an enlightened lady, a Sufi saint. He loved all beings. All birds and all of them, they used to come and sit on our head and on her shoulders and all that. There was one philosopher, he heard about her, so he wanted to see her. So when he came, all those birds were sitting on her body, they just flew away. So he asked, what happened? I just came. Why they flew away? He said, you must be eating them. The birds also have got that sensation and feeling, whose heart is filled with love. That's why they flew away. And that was true. But her heart, so one with her. We have seen all the descriptions. In the presence of such Mahatmas, even the wild animals, who have got even natural enmity with each other, even they become calm, quiet. And any instruction given to them by that Mahatma, they follow it. Which is not an exaggeration. You see, what happens is, Atma ekatvam yo janati prema purno bhavatyanu and tat samas sarveshu bhuteshu. All beings may not behave same way to that person, but he remains same to all. Somebody may be friendly, somebody may be inimical, somebody may not like her, but he said that is his problem, But I know my oneness with that. Sometimes the child gets also angry with the mother. The child, but married to child, angry. Samaha sarveshu bhute. Maitraha. And he is friendly to everybody. Even they may think that inimical their behavior, but he remains the same. Karuna evacha. That's what he said in the 12th chapter of the Bhakta Lakshanas. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna evacha. How is that he becomes friendly to all, compassionate towards all, loving towards all, serving all? Because that oneness. He doesn't feel that I am doing something for someone else. So if in the left hand, suppose even there is some itching is there, and the right hand comes immediately and they say, does the right hand feel that I am doing something for someone else? Or you feel that someone is doing something for someone else? No. That's why no. What happens is, further one more sloka, you see the implication of this Atma Ekatva Jnanam. Anenaiva sa sarvesham priti patro bhavishyati kimidam dahi madhuryam vedante yat prakashitam. Now see what happens here. When he is loving towards all, then what happens? Sarvesham priti patro bhavati. He becomes lovable to all people. Everybody starts loving him. Anenaiva, because of this realization, so sarvesham priti patro bhavati. Beloved of all. Even those people who did not like that person in the beginning, their mind also changes and all that. And even if that changes, it doesn't make it different to him. What the majority of him? Why they just flock that? Like even the flower opens up, and the fragrance goes, and all the bees automatically they start coming there. Priti patra bhavati. Only they want to see, they want to touch, they want to serve, they want to be in the presence of that, Look at that Bhagavan Ramayana, he was sitting in his, so all over the world the people coming, known, unknown, they are coming. That Vivekananda also and Narendra also, what was the attraction to just run to that Ramakrishna Paramahansa, even though he used to go and argue also with him and all that, but something was there that he just, pata nahi kya tha? Anyone who that. And see, even if they have gone away also physically, but even their names and the crowd that goes there, even to that place where they were born or where there is samadhi that is there, or this or that. Why? You understand? When they were living, they were something. But afterwards, Priti Patra Bhavishyati. He loves all, expecting nothing from anybody. They love. Kimidam nahi madhuryam. Isn't it great sweetness? Madhurya yat prakashitam vedante. What is revealed in the Vedanta? Now see, now the principle line. In this world we find so many people are very unhappy. They may be living in prosperity. Everything is there. But you know what is their problem? Loneliness. Nobody loves me. They feel unloved. And this happens more and more when old age or this or that. Nobody wants to sit or this and that person feels nobody loves me. Then that person also starts becoming bitter only. Or he doesn't, he's angry and all that. You know, to be able to love and to receive love from someone is the greatest joy. Huh? You go to somebody's house very nicely, everything, they come, see that, but everything done to you only without any kind of feeling. Chalo, how better, they are. You don't feel welcomed. Even though they gave very good food, this, that, आनंद होता है. And all the time people are waiting for someone to love them. They wait for someone to love. But why can't you start? See, all objects are there, material things are there, and people are also there. And I am telling you, in many houses, so many members are there, family members, but they just don't like each other. So they say, no, everybody want to run away, but they are just putting up with each other, because of some consideration. So outwardly they appear that they are living together, but they are not living together at all, because their hearts are not with each other. And if love is there, the distances make no difference at all. Where far away also may be there. Otherwise, people living together for years together and they don't like each other. So, loveless life is joyless life. You feel nothing for anybody, nobody feels for anything. In Kenopanishad, at the end, there is a very beautiful mantra. It says that Parabrahma Paramatma, its one name is called Tadvanam. Tadvanam is the self of all beings. I say Tadvanam iti upasitavyam. And those who meditate on that Brahma with this Tadvanam nama, Sarvani Bhutani Abhisamvanchanti. All beings start loving that person. Just think of the joy that you get. Even few people start loving you. And then what happens many times? The people don't love. Then cat is there, dog is there, they are better. They are more loyal, they start loving them also. So fine. Their love for animals is so, and they feel so much of oneness and all that. They feel oneness. And there is total communication between them. But when it happens with all, including trees and plants, with everyone, just think of it. Only for some people, some beings, if we have got love, thoda mathematics karo. If I have got love for 10 people, I get 100 units of joy. So if my heart is filled with all beings, तुम्हारा सारा computer टूट जाएगा. All your calculation and all that will be finished only. So what we saw, Atma is Priyatamaha, Atma is Ananda Swarupaha. And this Atma is the self of all beings. Therefore, heart is filled with love, peace, passion, joy for all beings, irrespective of their responses and reactions. This is called realization. Okay? Now what? One more point is there. One shloka only we'll see, but detail we'll see more. What does this Atma Bodhi give you? See, in our life, we are required to do two things, One is to face that life, and one is to build that our life. For both of these, we need extraordinary strength. Otherwise, what we find, somebody is a person successful in one particular field, but we say in total life, person is very inefficient. So, Atma Bodha, what did it do? That only said, and we'll see the proof later on then. Atma Bodhena ya Shaktihi.
Atma Bodhena ya Shaktihi.
Prapyate Purushairiha.
Prapyate Purushairiha.
Apnuvanti taya siddhim.
Apnuvanti taya siddhim.
Sarvakaryena samshayaha.
Sarvakaryena samshayaha.
Atma Bodhena, by this self-knowledge, ya Shaktihi prapyate Purushaihi. Here in this world, the Shakti, the power, the strength, the energy, the dynamism, the vitality, prapyate, that the person gains, apnuvanti, Shakti, taya siddhim sarva karyena samshaya. Then because of that, whichever work that person takes up and all that, there is success in that. Na samshaya. I read Vivekananda used to say, he feels so much of energy in his body. Sometimes he used to feel that his body may get burst, and that energy flow. To see the moment our Gurudev also just walk in like a column of dynamism and energy entering into it. Even when there's a heart problem was there, at that time also, what to talk about there? A tremendous kind of energy. Atma Bodhena. Ya Shakti Prabhu. Therefore, this self-knowledge is most empowering. That aspect we'll see tomorrow, and we'll conclude this text also then. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. 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 Sharanam Mama. कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि
गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः। विनायकाय नमः, विघ्नराजाय नमः, गौरीपुत्राय नमः, गणेश्वराय नमः, स्कन्दाग्रजाय नमः, अव्ययाय नमः, भूताय नमः, दक्षाध्यक्षाय नमः, द्विजप्रियाय नमः, अग्निगर्भच्छिदे नमः, इन्द्रश्रीप्रदाय नमः, वाणीबलप्रदाय नमः, शर्वतनयाय नमः, गौरीतनुजाय नमः, शर्वरीप्रियाय नमः, सर्वात्मकाय नमः, सृष्टिकर्त्रे नमः, देवानेकार्चिताय नमः, ॐ शिवाय नमः, ॐ शुद्धाय नमः, ॐ बुद्धिप्रियाय नमः, शान्ताय नमः, ब्रह्मचारिणे नमः, गजाननाय नमः, हैमातुराय नमः, मुनिस्तुत्याय नमः, एकदन्ताय नमः, चतुर्बाहवे नमः। गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, सिद्धिप्रदायकाय नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, संयुताय नमः, चतुराय नमः, लम्बोदराय नमः, शोपकर्णाय नमः, वीरवाय नमः, ब्रह्मवित्तमाय नमः, कालाय नमः, गृहपतये नमः, कामिने नमः, पाशाङ्कुशधराय नमः, छन्दाय नमः, गुणातीताय नमः, निरञ्जनाय नमः, अकल्मषाय नमः, बीजापुरकराय नमः, अव्यक्ताय नमः, यदिने नमः, ॐ वरदाय नमः, शाश्वताय नमः, ॐ कृतिने नमः, विद्वत्प्रियाय नमः, मितभयाय नमः, चक्रिणे नमः, इक्षुचापधृते नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, गं गणपतये नमः, सौदामिलोचनाय नमः, स्वयं सन्दारजीवनाय नमः, कलकराय नमः, श्रीधाय नमः, हेतवे नमः, स्तुतिहर्षताय नमः, ॐ कालाभृते नमः, जटिने नमः, चन्द्रचूडाय नमः, अमरेश्वराय नमः, नागयज्ञोपवीतिने नमः, वृदिने नमः, श्रीकान्ताय नमः, रामार्चितपदाय नमः, मूलकान्ताय नमः, त्रयीकर्त्रे नमः, सङ्घोषप्रियाय नमः, पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः, मूलतुण्डाय नमः, अग्रजन्याय नमः, रामण्ये नमः, गणपाय नमः, स्थिराय नमः, वृद्धिदाय नमः,
अवलंबन है बस एक यही मेरा बल है तव महनीय कृपा अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे
अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे
अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे
अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे
मन के अंधकार को दूर करे वचनामृत से तव बोध कृपा
मन के अंधकार को दूर करे वचनामृत से तव बोध कृपा
मन के अंधकार को दूर करे वचनामृत से तव बोध कृपा गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर
पग पग जीवन पथ पर गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर
पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर
पग पग जीवन पथ पर गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बनकर
बिसरू न कभी यह प्रेम मणि आनंद मणि भवदीय कृपा
विसरू न कभी यह प्रेममयी आनंदमयी
भवदीय कृपा बिसरू न कभी यह प्रेममयी आनंदमयी भवदीय कृपा गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है बस एक यही मेरा बल है महनीय कृपा गुरुदेव तव
Shri Rama
Gurudevo Maheshwaraha Gurudeva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Shanti 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 Om Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj Nij Man Mukur Sudari Bharanau Raghuvar Vimal Jasu Jodayak Falachari Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kale Savikar Siyavar Ramachandra Ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan Ki Jai. Many great poets, saints have found fulfillment in their own language composing the Ramayana. Of the three Ramayans which are most popular, one is the Ramayana that Valmiki ji has written. Other is Sri Ramcharitmanas that we are studying. And before that, even Ved Vyasa in the Puranas many times has written the Ramayana. In Bhagavatam we find it in short, but there is a Ramayana which is called as Adhyatma Ramayana. Many people who try to read this Ramayana and then they say, oh, there are different things. Like for example, Kevat story is not found in Valmiki Ramayana. But as Goswami Tulsidas ji has said, Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. That Lord is infinite, His glories are also infinite. Sri Ramcharitmanas also it is said that the original Ramayana had 100 crore verses that were with Lord Shiva. 100 crore verses. Out of that in Valmiki Ramayana, some 37,000 verses are there. So to say that we know the whole Ramayana, and out of that, how much of the Ramayana we know? Think about it. So there are many stories in the Ramayana. In Valmiki Ramayana, the emphasis is on Dharma. Therefore, those portions where Dharma is explained. In Goswami Tulsidas ji's Ramayana, more emphasis on Bhakti, and therefore these portions of Bhakti appear there. In Adhyatma Ramayana, from place to place, Adhyatma Vidya is given, that is Brahma Vidya is given, knowledge of the Atma is given. So the story revolves around where these instructions are given. So one should not get disturbed about it. They are all authentic because they are written by such great saints and sages. Like that, there are other Ramayans written in different language. Eknath has written Bhavartha Ramayana. Like that, many great authors, saints, sages have written on the Ramayana. Goswami Tulsidas ji, and it is also found in Adhyatma-Ramayana, so that is written by Ved Vyasa. Before Sita Apaharan, one day while Lakshman was busy with work, Ramchandra ji and Sita ji had a conversation that for the work that we have to do now, see, Goswami Tulsidas ji keeps on reminding us that this is Leela of Bhagwan. No? So, when Ramchandra ji and Sita had the dialogue, for the work that we have to do now, he told Sita that now Ravan is going to come, and that way I will reach Lanka. Meanwhile, place your body in fire. Because she is Adi Parashakti, she is the creator of the 5 elements. That's why we don't understand this whole thing. He says, keep your body in the fire, your form. And in nature also, if you've studied Tattva Bodh, form comes from fire. Space and air has got no form. Fire is the most purifying, and fire cannot be touched by anyone, and therefore it is the most secure element. So, Sita ji enters into the fire, and what appears outside is out of Maya. Sita appears, and that is the Maya form of Sita. The real form of Sita remains in the fire, ever secure, ever protected. Otherwise, do you think even Ravan could pull Sita or touch Sita? So, Sita went into the fire, and what came out of the fire was a Mayavi, not Mayavi, but illusory form of Sita. When Surpanakha went to Ravan and finally tempted him to come and kidnap Sita, and hearing from her about Sita, therefore Narad Bhakti Sutra also, it is said, do not hear about wealth too much, about beauty of men or women, no, should not be heard too much, because it will create ripples, and ripples will become waves, waves will become tsunamis in the mind. Ravan got carried away with Surpanakha's words, went to Marich and told the whole Marich to the scheme. Marich tells him, don't you think that Subhau, your aunt Tadaka, his mother, Marich's mother, all these were such powerful Rakshasa, and that time as a youngster. And he says, I remember his blunt arrow on me. You do not know who he is. Do not form enmity with him. But Ravan got so angry, and anyone who now would tell him not to do the wrong that he was doing, he would get angry. He got angry with him and said that, if you don't do this, I'll kill you. He's gone for help. He's begging, uncle, 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 help me. And then he says, I will kill you. Marich thought, rather than dying in the hands of Ravan and having lived such a life, rather die in the hands of Ramchandra ji, and any creature or person dies in the front of Ramchandra ji, and that too also through his arrows, will attain heaven, will attain even moksha. he says yes to Ravan, and all the time after that, he was just imagining that, can you imagine, I'll take a form of a deer and Ramchandraji will be chasing me, and again I'll be looking behind and seeing his most magnificent form. See, over the years, he had become a devotee of Ramchandraji. And if I die with his arrow, then I will attain liberation. But dying in the hands of Ravan, even hell will not give a place. So he took the form of the golden deer and he came. Having taken the form of the golden deer, outside Ramchandraji's ashram, there this deer was playing around. This Sita, who for 13 years has lived in the forest with Ramchandraji, for her every minute has been bliss. Today also, most marriages from the first 3 months only become sour, and main complaint is they don't have time for each other. Isn't it? Can you imagine what Sita got? If Ramchandraji was the king, he would be so busy whole day in the administration of the country. How much time would he get to be with Sita? And anyway, those who are working people, they get only quality time with each other. But when they bring their stress home, even that they don't get with each other. Then what is the purpose of even marriage? You know? And what is the purpose of earning so much money also? Here, look at Sita. For her, she is in a forest. You know, nowadays also, people go out to their holiday homes. They go to the forest for a spa or an Ayurvedic treatment. Where do they go? Can you imagine? Sita had 13 years of, well, in modern language you'll say honeymoon. She had her husband exclusively to herself. What else could she ask? And that too also a husband like Ramchandraji. And with no other people intervening, you know. Sometimes women don't like also that mother keeps and say, don't give this food to my son. Give him this, you know. He loves halwa. And the wife says, yeah. Have you seen the halwa around him? Yeah. See, all these conflicts happen. For Sita, there was nothing. It was Ram and her. That's it, you know. And Lakshman serving them. So she was in bliss. And that Sita, who having left the palace, went with Ramchandraji, never asked for anything. It is understandable. It's time to go back home. You have to take some souvenir back, is it not? Everybody will ask what was there in the forest. Those times, at least there were no, cameras, photographs that you say, there I have taken this picture, I have taken that picture. So she saw this golden deer and got attracted to that golden deer. And wherever the golden deer was going, her vision would go. She's sitting in the laps, literally, of Ramchandraji, and he is making flowers and putting in her hair. What greater bliss could be there? But once the mind sees an object through our senses and then starts brooding over it, an attachment to it is born. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bijayate. And Sitaji sees that deer and she goes, she's sitting with Ramchandraji, her eyes are only on that deer and she's never seen a deer with such shining golden skin or fur. So she says, oh my dear, get me that deer. Ramchandraji may have said, oh my dear, why do you want the deer when I am near? And then Sita ji must have said, "Oh my dear, what's the use of being a deer if you can't get me one deer?" Yeah? And she had never asked. And Ramchandra ji is a perfect husband. He knows that now something that she's never asked, and now that she's asking for it, if he will not give her, then you know, either there will be no salt in the food, yeah, there will be no chili in the food. For some of you, chili is so important in the food. But more than that, Sita has never asked for anything, even though Ramchandra ji knows. But he called Lakshman and he said, "Lakshman, you've seen that there is Rakshasas," and also indicated that Surpanakha has been, so challenge has gone to Ravan. Whatever happens, you will not leave Sita's side. And Ramchandra ji, with his bow and arrows, runs after the deer. First is just to catch the deer. But he knows that this deer is not an ordinary deer, because there is no such thing as a golden deer. But at that time when a desire comes, no reasoning works. You just need to have it, however expensive it is, whatever at all cost, you want it. And Ramchandra ji runs after the deer. We know the story, the deer was actually Marich. But Marich also again and again looking back at Ramchandra ji and feeling his life has become blessed. And finally going far away, when Ramchandra ji finally shoots his arrow, while falling down, he calls out, "Hey Sita, hey Lakshman." And turns back into his original form. Ramchandra ji sees this, he knows that there is some problem. Before he can run back there, when Sita and Lakshman hear this, Lakshman knows the might of his brother. But Sita, at that moment, seeing that the deer will also be gone and she will lose her deer also. And that portion, and think Valmiki went wild, that heroine which he himself says, if anybody was greater than Ram, then it is Sita. So just Tulsidas ji says, because no one can be greater than Ram. If anybody, and that Sita, when she tells Lakshman, you go and see, your brother seems to be in danger. When somebody is in such a panic state, you should not laugh at them. But Lakshman, to console her, he says, "Mother, you just saw, it was just like yesterday, that single-handedly he killed 14,000 Rakshasas. Khardushan, etc. Even if it is a Rakshasa, no one can harm Sri Ram." And that time, the anger that Sita has, because kamad krodho bhi jayate. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibhrama. Smriti bhramshat buddhi nasha. Buddhi nashat pranashyati. What is said in the Bhagavad Gita is picturesquely shown to us in the Ramayana. That if it can happen to Sita, तुम किस खेत की मूली हो भाई? In Viveka Chudamani, Shankaracharya says that when a desire comes into the mind and before the ball starts falling over steps, and those of you who studied physics in the 7th standard, 8th standard, you will know that the ball first will fall on the first step, the next it will not fall on the second step, it will be on the third step. And then it will not be on the 6th step, it will be straight on the 10th step. So at the first step, second step, maybe you can even catch it. When you find yourself brooding over something, stop it there. Because once an attachment takes place, then your mind will automatically be pulled in that direction. And then with that brooding, desire arises, and when that desire becomes compulsive, it is called as lust, kama. And when anything or anybody comes in between your desire, the rebound that which you meet with is anger. And the moment anger comes, the mind gets deluded. And with delusion, there is loss of memory, and without memory, you cannot discriminate, which means your intellect doesn't function. And without intellect, what are you? What are you without intellect? You're a human being because you've got intellect. Without intellect, what are you? Animal. Don't insult animals. Such human beings behave worse than animals. No? And even animals call it an insult that such people are called as animals. Don't insult animals. Because that time the person behaves, worse than a vicious creature. There's no vicious creature than that at that time. And there's a saying, Mard bina much, pashu bina pooch. To call a human being without a tail an animal, the animals also feel very insulted. Pranashyati. At that moment, the words that Sita uses. In Valmiki Ramayana, it is described, Goswami Tulsidas ji being a Maryada Kavi, he just says, Marama vachan Sita jab bola. And you see, you go to Chennai, this bola, boli gets all confused. Ka, ki gets all confused. That's why they find Hindi such a difficult language. That feminine, masculine gets all confused. Ka, ki, ka, ki, Tulsidas ji is from Ayodhya. He's writing in Avadi. That means it was not dignified for a woman to speak such words. Bola. And the language that she uses, you think Valmiki went mad to bring his heroine of perfection of culture. It's only again this is Leela only, that she's demonstrating that how one desire, and Sri Adi Shankaracharya and Vivek Chudamani says, Vishaya and Visha, both same. But he says, even the poison of a black cobra, only when it strikes you will it kill you. But Vishaya, sense objects, the moment you see it, you're already dead. No? They're worse than the poison of the black cobra. And see how significant it is. A golden deer. How does a desire arise? First of all, there is Shobhan Adhyas. That you see something and from a distance everything appears to be very beautiful, glamorous. Then there is Sukha Adhyas. You think that this will give me happiness. Or before you even came to see it or know it, you were happy. But no, now I cannot live without it. And then every object is temporary. Every object is temporary, but we expect permanent, everlasting happiness from it. Then superimposition of permanence on it. And then I cannot live without it, I want it. See how we lose our discrimination. There are people who come, Swamiji, you should take a workshop on, I read your life management technique, book, CD, but you have not spoken on anger management. I have done that also. Those are editions, that's book number 2. Time management, anger management. But if you have to manage your anger, manage your desires. And once anger comes in, we cannot discriminate. That Lakshman, who later on we find, and you've seen all that yesterday, so I don't need to go elaborately into the story, very beautifully depicted by all our centers. On video, the whole Ramayana, that Lakshman could not recognize any ornament of Sita other than her toe ring. He has worshipped her as mother. And the words that Sita uses, and he just couldn't bear it. Finally, again, in the main theme of Tulsi Ramayana, it's not written, but in other places it is written, where Lakshman, with his power of brahmacharya, he draws a circle round the house and he says, Mother, whatever happens, do not cross this line. And unable to bear those accusations that she said, he ran. When he went there, meanwhile Ravan, and that Ravan even now, if he would have gone like a courageous warrior, and Rakshasas used to do that, but that Ravan who has fought and conquered the 3 worlds comes like a dog and wearing clothes of an ascetic, of a sadhu. That only shows the greatness of the clothes of the sadhu. That Sita will not trust anybody, but she will trust a sadhu. And therefore, how important it is to keep the dignity of that even Ravan had to take shelter in that. But people will write, a sadhu kidnap. They don't say, a kidnapper in the garb of a sadhu. Otherwise, it's not sensation, A sadhu cannot be a kidnapper. But having worn the garb of a sadhu, of an ascetic, he came asking for bhiksha. Sita ji, she comes out of the house and she says, come, receive the bhiksha. He knew he could not cross that line. And the words he says, and no woman in the world has not been given this instinct to recognize when a man is being sleazy or whatever. The language that he uses, even Sita says, are you a sadhu? But in anger and fear, when he said, there should be no dividing line between the giver and the receiver. Okay, if a sadhu walks away from your house, even Kathopanishad has said that when a holy person just walks away from your house without receiving anything, even to Yamraj, his wives advise him that Nachiketa is sitting outside and I quickly go give him some water. They come as fire to bless our home, but fire can also burn our home. Sita at that time, in her fear and anxiety, crosses the Lakshman Rekha, crosses the line. And then Ravan grabs her and takes her on his Pushpak Viman. Who can challenge Ravan? It is sure not only defeat, but death. Still that vulture And even now, if you see some documentaries, how animals have protected human beings and how many human beings protect animals. This Jatayu, and see in the Ramayana that every creature in this world is giving and sharing. The only creature in this world who is selfish and goes on taking and destroying is human being. And we call him the crown of creation. Fighting with Ravan was sure death. But it's better to lose and die doing the good thing than rather see a bad thing happening. He gave a fight to Ravan. Finally, Ravan cut off his wings and Jatayu fell down. When Ramchandraji came back to the ashram, there he doesn't find Sita. He tells Lakshman, why did you leave Sita? And asking every creeper, every tree, with tears in his eyes. That's what Sati saw, and she got deluded. Ravan takes Sita. She sees below some vanars, some monkeys. In her cloth from her sari, she cuts a piece, and while Ravan getting angry and roaring and thinking that he's won a bounty, she took off her jewels and put it in there so that if Ramchandraji comes searching, they will know that it was she who was taken by Ravan in the Pushpak Viman. This Leela, there is so much that is pointed out. As Gurudev would say, what is explained in the Bhagavad Gita is dramatized in the Ramayana. So this whole ladder of fall that is pointed out. No? Sita is only demonstrating. It's her Leela. But if it can happen to Sita, what can happen to anyone? And it is happening. What is it? And you have to watch yourself. How, when you get angry. And when you get angry, what do you do even to your loved ones? Therefore, be careful of what you even start thinking or what comes to your mind. And therefore, very important is learning to introspect daily. People want to do meditation, etc., but their wickedness, their desires, their likes, dislikes don't go away. Introspect daily so that a time comes that you are so alert that even a thought that comes which will distract you from your duties, from your goal, and most of all, from your devotion to the truth, the Lord, and your seva, you'll be able to stop it there and then. That is the training of mind. That is for which sadhana is there. People think that, we'll just do Ram, 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 Ram. The whole thing is when you do Ram, 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 you have quiet mind. You don't bring anything else to the mind, and if it comes, Ramchandraji will destroy it. That technique I will be pointing out also. But introspect daily. You read Gurudev's Kindle Life, you read Gurudev's Manual of Self-Unfoldment, read Meditation and Life. He's emphasized on this the most. In life also, if you do not do your audits properly on time, it's too late to find out that somebody has looted away. Or you've been having losses and more losses. We never take audit of our day, our years, in fact, our entire life. Because we might be so afraid to see what we would see, but better sooner than later. I told you about health also we can understand, no? It's better you detect. Now, many people sometimes come up to me, I've got a lump. And I don't want to go to the doctor. What if the doctor says it is cancer? The sooner you find out, the better. And most of the time it will not be cancer. But if it keeps on playing in your mind, it's cancer, 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 even without cancer, you will suffer all the pains and anxieties and fear of cancer. It's better you find out you have or you don't have. If you have, you treat it. The sooner you treat it, you can get cured. But you see how our mind works. Detect it. Even if it's in the worst condition, detect it. At least you can prepare for it. But you see how our mind works in its delusions. Then you can take charge early, faster. So Sita ji is demonstrating all this. And as Gurudev pointed out, the desire may arise in our mind. Even that desire, if it is in the boundaries of brahmacharya, which means dharma, then also you will not reach any harm. But the moment you cross that boundaries of brahmacharya, the boundaries of dharma, then Sita cannot stay in the land of Bharat. Bha means light. Rati, revel. She's taken to a world of complete materialism, where gold, jewels, etc. pave the roads. And don't think such places do not exist. Come to Hong Kong, I'll show it to you. Walls are made up of showcases. They're all diamonds, jewels, etc. So Lanka, the world of wealth, he brings her to Lanka, and what Sita does there is what a sadhak to do. Today we all are in Lanka. But what she does after that, ye tu sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha vashe yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. Three things. Having just seen the deer, Sita reached such a condition. After that, fixing her eyes only to her foot, because one foot of hers, her left foot, have all the signs of Ramchandraji's right foot. Keeping her mind, Jehi vidhi kapata kuranga sang, dhai chale Shri Ram. That form, that Ramchandraji, for her desire, ran after the golden deer, that last sight of Ramchandraji, keeping in her mind, Ratati Rahi Harinam. And all she did was remember his form and repeat his name. And therefore, sitting in Ashok Vatika, even there, if you would read the books of Ayurveda, the medicines that come from the Ashoka tree, especially for women, is of great significance. She is sitting under the Ashoka tree, amongst the Ashoka trees. She's sitting there. She refused to even look at the palaces of Ravan. And don't say that Ravan was such a decent guy, till Sita did not consent, he could not. He had plenty of curses on him. Yeah? But at the same time, a pativrata nari like her, Ravan cannot even touch her. He would burn to ashes. It is because of her Leela only that he could bring her to Lanka. Otherwise, so he would have burnt to ashes. Remember, she is one who is in fire. She is the creator of fire. She can set his own Lanka on fire. He cannot touch her. And she remained there. Having kept all her senses fixed only on the form of Ram, Yukta, with her mind and intellect integrated, self-controlled, she just sat there, matparaha, knowing that Ram and Ram alone is supreme. Ramchandraji searching came to find Jatayu lying there. And Jatayu was an old vulture. And all the time while they were there in Panchavati, he used to be around. Ramchandraji considers him like a father. I mean, read our Ramayana, where all distinctions of caste, creed, race, creature, nothing is there. Even a vulture. Ramchandraji holds him. Ramchandraji never revealed his godly nature, except few devotees could recognize. He tells Jatayu that I can give you back your life. He says, no, I do not want my life back. Just go immediately. He says that Ravana has taken Sita towards the south. I tried to fight, but I couldn't. Go quickly. And he gave up his life in Ramchandraji's lap. Ramchandraji did his final rites. That blessing even Dashrath Maharaj did not get, because Ramchandraji was not there. He cremated his body, and Ramchandraji then immediately leaves towards the south, goes towards Kishkinda. In between, he meets Shabri. That story everybody knows. And there, Bhagwan, to praise Shabri, speaks of Navidha Bhakti. Prathama bhagati santan kar sanga, dusari rati mama katha prasanga, Guru pad pankaj seva, tisari bhagati aman, चौथी भगति मम गुण गण करहि कपट तजिगान मंत्र जाप मम दृढ़ विश्वासा पंचम भजन जो वेद प्रकाशा छठ दम शील बिरति बहु कर्मा निरत निरंतर सज्जन धर्मा. The 9 forms of bhakti, out of which first is satsang. Yeah. Second is singing the glories of, finding joy in listening, and bhakti from starting to ending is joy only. No struggle. Reveling in listening to the katha. Guru padas pankaja seva. Service of the lotus feet of the Guru, not like Kullu and Mullu only pressing. But what the Guru stands for, his vision, his mission, the people for whom he is doing the work, to serve those people, this is called as Guru Pada Pankaja Seva. Then, but Aman, without any pride. He mentions that. Then sing my glory, spread my glory, but without any kapat, not for your self-prestige or recognition. Constantly chant the name of the Lord. Repeat it in your mind. Do the japa. That Veda itself has glorified. And one who is of good character, and his character itself is self-mastery. Chat damasil, birati bahu karma. All unnecessary actions are given up, but always does the work that sajjan do. Don't say, I'm doing nothing, I'm to bhagat hai. Devotee is one who will serve. If you love, you cannot be without service. Unnecessary activities we don't give up. But seva, I'm not doing karma. Now I want to do sadhana. What sadhana? That sadhana is also karma only. Seva itself is the greatest sadhana. Chatadamasil birati bahu karma, nirata nirantar sajjana dharma. Satahu mohi maye jag dekha, mote sant adhik kari lekha. Seventh is, see the whole world as my expression, my form only. But consider saints and sages greater than me. Because if they are not there, no one will know who I am. Mote sant adhik kari lekha. Aathav jatha labh santosha. Sapne hu nahi dekhai pardosha. Eighth is that whatever comes, accepts it as my prasad. Yeah. And in dream also does not see faults of others. Ninth is Navama Sarala Sabasana Chalahina. Ever pure, ever straightforward, ever sarala, simple. With everyone, without any crookedness, without any deceit, without any hypocrisy. More bharosana harshana dina. Surrendered to me with only me as the shelter, does not get excited nor gets sad. Yeah. And he says, Navamahu ekahu jinke hoi, nari purusha sacharachar koi, so atisaya priya bhamini more, sakal prakara bhagati dridhatore. This Shabri, having waited for so many years on the instruction of her guru and prepared that today my Ramchandraji is come. On one side you have Surpanakha running here, running there, and here you have the embodiment of bhakti and shraddha, that the guru has said, you sit here and wait for Ramchandraji to come. How many years have passed away? But she is not given up. Every day she is cleaned the path that Ramchandraji is going to come here. Every day she has collected sweet berries and she has kept. Not that when he comes, oh, there's no berries. Oh, it is not there. Oh, see, it is not there. Oh, with a, every day that today my Ram is going to come. That is how we should do our japa. Oh, I've done it, I've done it for 10 days. How many times should I do Hanuman Chalisa? With every breath. And with the anticipation that my Bhagwan is coming today. My realization will take place today. Years she has waited, but she is not given up. Because Muni ke vachan samuji jiye bhai. Sar sir sijalochana bahu bisala jata mukut sir urbanumala. That when Ramchandraji comes, Guru had said, you will recognize. And when he comes, she can't believe, has Ram come to me? But why not? My Guru's words are there. That is the Shraddha we have to have. And having come in the parampara of such a great Guru, don't ever say that in this life I cannot realize. Many, many lifetimes for me. Start walking the path and see how Bhagwan comes to you. You take one step forward, Bhagwan takes countless steps towards you. That is the Shraddha we have to have. In the Guru, in the words of the scriptures. She has all that. She could not praise Ramchandra. She said, I have got no words to praise you. So Bhagwan praises her. Such is Shabri. And she tells him that at Rishamukh Parvat is Sugriv. He will know where, and then my guru has told me to give the instruction. And she, in her devotion, has attained such siddhis that she is able to sit there in front of Ramchandraji. She leaves this body and attains the Supreme. Bhagwan comes to Kishkinda near Rishamukh Parvat. Sugriv is sitting there running away from his own brother Bali. But with few of his very, very loyal chieftains, Jambavan, Hanuman and few others. And even though insecure himself, afraid, running, but one thing about Sugriv is he kept himself in satsang. All that has been said now in Navidha Bhakti, then see how it is there. She too had all form of them. And Bhagwan says, even if you have got one form of this bhakti, and at least we've got one, we are doing satsang, no? Bhagwan says, so atishaya priya bhamini more. That is extremely dear to me. And sakala prakara bhagati dhrida tore. In you, all the forms of devotion is in full measure. That woman from the forest who had the privilege to feed those sweet berries to Ramchandraji, who says that even in the palace, the food was not as delicious as the fruit that you give me with love. That is the status that Shabri has got, like Kevat. Now Bhagwan has come here. Sugriv wants to run away because he thinks. And more elaborately we see in Sankat Mochan Hanuman, and I saw that those books are available there. CDs also, pen drives are also available. More elaborately, each of the causes of our sorrow and how to remove it, and how by even just listening to the Ramayana, visualizing the Ramayana, not only from learning the Ramayana, how these sorrows can come to an end. These are really very, very mystical meditations as we listen to it also. Not only learnings which we understand intellectually, which is also essential. But if these pictures get imprinted into your mind, your subconscious mind already works on it. I told you I'll tell you a secret. That is the principle, even for health, removing your negativities, etc. So just listening to the Ramayana. Now Sugriv wanted to run away, but keeping himself in the company of good, courageous, confident people. Not like Kaikai, who kept people who were less beautiful than her. In fact, not beautiful at all. He kept his company in the company of confident people. When he saw these two princes coming, one dark, one fair, carrying bow and arrow and their chest like warriors, and their gait like princes, yet wearing matted hair. Is this some disguise? Has Bali, who cannot come here, who was cursed by Matang Rishi, that you come anywhere close 8 miles, you will die. So this is the only place that powerful Bali, who has even defeated Ravan, that Bali could not come there, then who has this come? Has he sent some attackers? So he is watching. He is afraid, he wants to run away. He has run round the world and then finally found that most often the solution to our problems is very close to home only. There's another secret of medicine. That where the disease, there only the solution is there. There only are the herbs where there are poisonous creatures that are antidote to those poisons. He wants to run away, but advised by his counsel, and he also trusts at that time Hanuman, and Hanuman comes into the scene. He tells Hanuman, you can disguise yourself, so take a form of a Bhattu Brahman, means a brahmachari, young brahmacharis. Everybody comes up to us and says, you know how these young brahmacharis, brahmacharis have to be young only, vanaprasthas are old. How will they go to ashram? You have to go to ashram when you are young, not when you are old. You can go when you are old. How will they? They only have to do it, and they only can do it. So take a form of a little brahmachari. See, when you go to spy also, you should not be caught, right? So in the forest there are ashrams, gurukulas, there will be brahmacharis, and brahmacharis who are studying in the ashram, they are always too curious because why? And at the same time they have to keep on listening. Therefore, let the brahmacharis loose. Even in a railway compartment, once they start talking, they will not stop. Because it has to come out. That's what Gurudev said. Once I have taught them Vedanta, wherever they go, whatever they do, they cannot stop but speak Vedanta. I pumped so much Vedanta into them that it has to pour out. So, a curious Bhattu Brahmachari. And of course, in Valmiki Ramayana, those who speak on Valmiki Ramayana, Ramchandraji to just hears the way Hanumanji asks for the introduction of Ramchandraji, the tone of his voice. Shiksham vyakya syamaha varnaswaraha matra balam samasantana. How he has articulated, how he has spaced his words. He seems to be the knower of the Veda. But in Goswami Tulsidasji's Ramayana, the way Hanumanji comes, how he observes, what he feels, how he asks for the introduction, how he goes on deducting, and how does he come to the conclusion. It's just amazing just studying that. Kotum shamal gaur sarira Shatri rupa phirau balabira Kathina bhumi komal padagami. He says, Kotum shamal gaur sharira. Who are you? One fair, one dark, completely contrast. But you look like Kshatriyas, but roaming around like ascetics. Who are you? And then observing that they don't look like ordinary people. He says, are you amongst the three devas, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? Only they can have this form of Teja. But there are three, you are two. Are you Nara-Narayan? Or are you that supreme Lord of the universe who has come to remove the burden of this earth? Bhagavan said, oh, he's got too close now. Yeah? Bhagavan thought that, I am coming as man, nobody will recognize me as God. This fellow already knows me. But since Hanumanji was in disguise, Ramchandraji also says, no, I am not the cause of the universe. हम तो दशरथ के जाए. We are children of Dashrath Maharaj. You see, Nar Narayan who conquered everybody, and even no woman could tempt. No, I've lost my wife and I'm looking for my wife. And I can't find some Nisichar. Some Rakshasa has taken my wife. I'm looking for her and we can't find her. Now, who did not even know at that time who Dashrath Putra Ramchandra ji is? Yeah. At that time, Hanuman falls at the feet of Ramchandra ji. And he says, More nyao mein poocha sai. It is but night. I am Jiva. I am in delusion. I did not recognize you, my Lord. I am in your Maya. I did not recognize you. It is but natural. But did you not recognize your servant? And when love comes, there can be no pretendence. All mask of this ego falls off. Even though he has come as a Bhattu, Brahmin, Brahmachari, Vipra, Bhagwan does not even touch him. But when he comes in his Vana Roop, because when there is love, there is no pretendence, there is no hiding. You cannot mask yourself. Because Bhagwan says, Chala kapata mohe chidra na bhava. Who are we covering ourselves from? One who knows everything, we can put vibhutis, chandan, and look like, wear any attire and look like. Finally, it is he who knows everything. Don't say, Meli chadar od ke kaise, dwar tumhare aun. Kabir Das says, Sahib hai rangrej. My Lord is my laundry man also. Because if I could clean my cloth of my mind and intellect and attain peace, then I would have done it, no? He appears in his Hanuman form, his Vanar form, and Bhagwan immediately picks him up and embraces him and says, So ananya jaake asi matina tarai Hanumant मैं सेवक सचराचर रूप स्वामी भगवंत. Bhagwan embraces Hanumanji and he says to Hanuman that so Ananya, he is my Ananya Bhakta or she is my Ananya Bhakta, from whom this thought never leaves, that मैं सेवक, I am a sevak and nothing but a sevak. And my Lord is not someone sitting there for whom I keep fighting, but Rupa Swami Bhagavant. This char achar dunya, world, jagat, is the form of my Lord, and the service of the people is the service of the Lord of Lords. One who does not forget that is my Ananya Bhakta, not who puts all this chandan vibhuti and goes, Ram, 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 Ram. Mundi water, not coconut water. Ram, 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 Ram. One who serves, loves. Now Bhagwan has met Hanuman, and they are in each other's embrace. We should stop here only, no? Yeah, let them be in the embrace. I know you want the story to continue, but let them be in their embrace. Should we leave here only, no? Good, you're very good people. You're the first set of people who have said leave it here. Yeah? Not because you have to run to office, I know. Maybe that also, but Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Hari Om. A few announcements. Some of our major Mahasamadhi camp donors are Jyoti and Praveen Panchakarla, Sunil Maini, Joshika and Bijesh Kanbar, Anu and Madhu Vaduri, Bhavani and Ram Urangineni, V.K. Gupta. You may have heard this few times, but it's never too much. The online auction for the Ramayana book of calligraphy ink art by Swami Sarveshananda is on at our camp website msc2022.cmdfw.org. And I think I understand that the bid is at $8,000. So the next one should be in 1,000 increment, is what I'm told. So that should be, the next bid should be 9K. So last couple of days of opportunities for you to bid for that original book. Copies of this book can be ordered at the camp website as well. And tomorrow is the Mahasamadhi Aradhana Puja Day. Please consider participating in the Aradhana Puja. And detailed step-by-step instructions are provided at the camp website as well. Please pick up any pen drives of lectures and bhajans that are available in the bookstore. Today's Yajmans are Pramukh Yajman, Pankaj and Manisha Sundi. Daily Yajmans are Ashok Dandekar, Rahul Bharadwaj, Subhash Sharma. The morning Aarti sponsors are Anjali Malhotra, Annapurna Veeramachaneni, Daksha Wakharia, Manisha Dave, Narottam and Sudha Saxena, Neena Dev, Preeti Mehul Sheth, Radhika Godse, Radhika Vijayan, Sitaram Kauta, Vasava Krishnamurti, Darshana Rani and family, Pallavi Chawda and family, Jyoti Pamadurti, Moti and Manik Agarwal and family. Please come forward for the morning Aarti. Thank you and Hari Om.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीर्ति करित ललित सिय पीखी। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय पीखी। गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद, बाल्मीक विज्ञान विशारद। सुख सनकादि शेष अरु सारद, बरनी पवन सुत कीरतिनी की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय पीखी। गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश, चहो शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस। मुनि जन धन संतन को सर्वस, सार अंश सम्मत सब ही की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय पीखी। गावत संतत शंभु भवानी, अरुघट संभव मुनि विज्ञानी। व्यास आदि कवि वर्ज बखानी, काकबु सुंदी गरुड़ के ही की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय पीखी। कलिमल हरणी विषय रस फीकी, सुबग सिंगार मुक्ति जुबती की। दलन रोग भव मोरी अमी की, तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सियपी की। आरती कलित ललित सियपी की।
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय।
सब संतन की
जय।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की।